Death in Brunswick was made in 1990, directed by John Ruan, starring Sam Neill, Zoe Carides and John Clarke. It was filmed mostly in Brunswick. Some scenes are filmed in other places, but I'm going to walk every inch of Brunswick until I find the locations that were shot here. Yes, Dave's house, Carl's house. There are some locations on Sydney Road. Be having a look at that, but the street that Carl lived on, got to find that. I know it was sort of pointed towards the city. I'm on a mission to find locations. Death in Brunswick. Let's do this. The house at the end looks a lot like the one at the end in the film. That one. But this is a bit different, I don't know. And there's a car coming. I'm going to continue looking, but I haven't found anything that matches like this. Hello. Nash Street. 22 Nash Street is where Carl's house was, and the little old ladies in the three houses sitting there watching him and waving at him. Just down there. The house down the end, I think, has been replaced. It's pretty much on this side of the street. It's all pretty much the same. Nobody's renovated, or there's been no redevelopment. Carl's house has been fixed up a bit. Yeah, it's exciting. Just having a chat with some of the people down there. People seem to realise that they are living on a street that's in the movie Death in Brunswick, so they're aware. Here come some people now. Sam Neill was on this bridge. Wow, amazing. I hope there wasn't as much broken beer bottles as there is now, but anyway, you've got Brunswick Station is just there, the city there. That's a paper cup floating around the ground. Brunswick Baths there, all locations that are in Death in Brunswick. But yeah, on his way, that's a VB can. You see in the film when Sam Neill's riding his bike along here somewhere, there's this metal fencing here. It was mainly these wooden stump things sticking out of the ground. Well, you can still see them. They're here. This is the Bombay Rock Club. Apparently there was a fire in the 90s and it closed down. It was a very violent sort of place with rock bands and drunken people. Well, you see it in the film. I don't know how real the film is. Yeah, in the mid-90s, burned down and now heritage listed. Currently in Thornbury, Dave's house, Dave played by John Clarke, is on this street. I'm just going to have a look at it and see what it looks like. 35. Yeah, this is definitely Dave's house. I think someone's home. Just that casual. And it's in Thornbury on Harold Street. Yeah, the gate's gone. The house is still the same. Those two trees have gotten a little bigger. That tree. You know, you've got to wonder, do these people actually know they're living in a house that's in a movie? I don't know. Maybe the real estate agent tells them.
Shit, who's this?
The title Death in Brunswick refers to the fact that Carl accidentally kills his assistant chef, Mustafa. So Carl calls on Dave to help him out of this terrible predicament, and Dave comes up with the plan of hiding Mustafa's body in a grave that is to be used by another deceased person who is actually in the grave. So he's shoving Mustafa's body into a casket with some other body. So those scenes were filmed at the Brighton Cemetery. So guess where I'm going?
Jesus Christ.
Why is he so limp? I thought they went stiff.
No, they don't go like that for hours yet, thank Christ. Jesus Christ, Carl!
Sorry.
I'm just going to go and get a shovel and a crowbar. You stay here, don't move.
Dave, can I come with you? I don't want to stay here with...
Don't worry. He can't hurt you now. You found her.
Found who?
Mrs. DeMarco.
Who's Mrs. DeMarco?
I don't know, but you're standing on her. Right, here she is. Give us the crowbar, will you?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my God. I didn't think it'd... Put it across the grave? Where do you think I'm going to bloody get out?
I actually met John Clarke once when I worked at a post office in Franklin Street in the city. He came in one day to pay a bill and I said, "Oh, you're John Clarke. It's really great to meet you." And he said, Well, how do you think I feel? And he was stood there for about 10 or 15 minutes just chatting. It was a very quiet post office. But he came in regularly. Yeah.
That belongs to your husband.
You shouldn't have done that, you know. Why didn't you just tell her you did it?
Behind me is the Brunswick city baths, which feature in the movie, but I think they've renovated it a bit. It looks very different than in the film. So the front still looks the same, but inside can't see anything that matches the movie at all.
Amongst us today, we have people who have committed adultery, lied, stolen, had an abortion, perhaps even perpetrated an act of violence against a neighbour. Now, as victims, we may find it difficult to forgive those who have stolen our video recorders, slept with our wives and husbands, or assaulted us. But we must. For today we are praying to the God who is all-knowing, all-forgiving.
I think it's time for the future in-laws to meet each other.
That's the house at the end of the film, and when Sophie's dad punches Sam Neill in the face. Yeah, right there. Still here. Still looks strange.
Sto diavolo!
Well, that's the end of the location video. This is where the film pretty much ended, so that's all from me too. Alright, thanks for watching. Yeah, I just saw the man who lives in that house and he was just going out for a cigarette. And he was telling me that he lived in the house when they were filming. Jeff in Brunswick, he remembers the whole experience. He also said, oh, you're kidding me. Elderly gentleman, probably in his 70s. He's talking about how he repainted the house, and also he said they filmed Division 4, some television series there as well. So it's a popular house for film and TV, I guess. Anyway, very interesting. Oh well, that's the end of my video. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later. That's where Death in Brunswick comes to an end, and that's where my location video comes to an end. Let's wait for the cars to go. Well, that's the end of my location video, so I hope you enjoyed it. And bye for now. Might take a walk around Brunswick. Maybe there's some streets I missed. All right, bye.